All right, welcome into Jammin' Sports, everybody. Right on the nose, 7 o'clock. Kind of got in a few minutes late. Been kind of jumping through my butt to get on time here. All right, we start week 7 of our current NFL sim season. It'll be an NFC East matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The Giants come in at 3-3, tied with the Cowboys for second place. Believe it or not, the Commanders are in first place with a 4-2 record in the NFC East. Philadelphia bringing up the rear, tied with Carolina at 1-5. Let's look at the standings here. Evil Dead is 43-36, 7 games up. Misty is 34-31, 3 games up. Misty's taking the Giants in this one. And Gracie is 32-29. She's taking the Eagles in this one. And we'll find out who Evil Dead wants to take in just a second. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Just one NFL game tonight, and then we'll have 2 college football games, and that will wrap up our college football regular season, and we'll get ready for the playoffs. Here we go. From MetLife, here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's the Eagles and the Giants. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Evil Dead's got the G-Men in this one. Eagles trying to turn their season around. They're 1-5. The Giants at 3-3, 1 game behind the Commanders in the NFC East. As we kick off week 7, the Giants will kick off. There's the kick. We're underway. This will be fielded at the 5-yard line. Bringing it back for the Eagles is number 22, Derwin Grady. And Grady brings it out to the 27-yard line in his 4th year out of Cal Berkeley. Starting quarterback for Philadelphia, Caden Powell in his 10th year out of Kentucky. Eagles off to a really rough start at 1-5. If they don't start winning here soon, it's going to be rough. Jack's in the house. Good to see you, Jax. Welcome on in. Evil Dead and Jax both here. 1st and 10, Philadelphia at their own 27-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell, he's going to hand off to Dante Ciali, the former Redskin, out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 2, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Making the tackle, number 93, Isaiah Nettles, the 5th-year defensive end out of Texas Christian. It'll be 2nd and 8. 3 to the far side. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell throws near side and caught by Ciali out of the backfield. In Ciali, not a whole lot. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 32-yard line. Eagles come out on 3rd down, 5 wide, empty backfield. Powell looking, throws near side, and caught by Jason Stackhouse down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 14 for Stackhouse, and that'll be a Philadelphia first down. Tackle made by Randall Joyce, the 7th-year defensive back out of Wyoming. Stackhouse, the 7th-year receiver out of Colgate. 1st and 10. Eagles now at their own 46-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Stackhouse in motion. Powell hands off to Ciali around the outside. And Ciali picks up 4 out to midfield. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. The safety, Greg Gibson, came up, made the tackle. in his 11th year out of North Texas. 2nd and 6 from midfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell on end around as he hands off to Jordan Mann, the rookie out of Maryland. And Mann gets nothing, no gain. Sam Tarver comes up and makes the tackle for the Giants. It'll be 3rd and 6. Both teams are coming off a loss. The Eagles lost to the Cowboys last week, and the Giants lost in Atlanta last week. 3rd and 6 from midfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Rolls out, being chased, and has to throw it down the sideline, incomplete. Threw it away. And the Eagle drive stalls out at midfield, and they'll have to punt. On 4th and 6. Coming in to punt, Adrian Murphy, the 8th-year punter out of the University of Washington. Snap, gets the punt away. And that's going to go out of bounds. Nice punt at the 3-yard line. So the Giants will start their opening drive deep in their own end, led by their starting quarterback, Bennett Gammon, the rookie out of Air Force. Giants come in at 3-3, having a rather mediocre season. Five and a half minutes left in the first quarter, no score. This will be the Giants' opening drive. Got to watch out for the safety here. Gammon under center. Gammon hands off to Eric Johnson, and Johnson gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Now we have an injury. The wide receiver of the tight end, Anthony Pierce, got shaken up. He'll go to the sideline. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 3-yard line. Eric Johnson, the 9th-year back out of Duke, got nothing on that carry. Evil Dead is 43-36, 7 games over 500. He went 1 for 1 last night. In the I formation, 2nd and 10. Gammon under center. Gammon hands off to Johnson again, who drives forward out to the 6-yard line. Tackle made by Elijah McKenzie, the 3rd-year defensive tackle out of Alabama. A 3-yard gain to be 3rd and 7 from the 6-yard line. Giants come out 4 wide, single back. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon looking. Gammon in trouble from his end zone. Gets sacked for the safety. Getting the sack, number 94, Armani Callaway, the 10th-year defensive end out of Houston. And the Eagles get a safety, and they take a 2-0 lead. Whenever you're backed up like that, you got to watch out. And the Eagle defense comes up big with a safety. And now the Giants will have to free kick it. Eagles up 2-0. 1:49 left to play. Here in the first quarter, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Week 7, our Thursday night game on a Thursday night to kick off the week. Zach Whitney will kick. They can use tees now. From the 12-yard line on the return, this is Ferguson. Actually, it's Whitney. I'm sorry. Stephen Whitney, the 4th-year receiver out of Miami, brings it out to the 30-yard line. And that's where Philadelphia will take over up 2-0. 4:55 left in the first. Just one NFL game tonight. We're going to play 2 college football games to finally wrap up the regular season. And then we'll start the playoffs tomorrow. I'll explain more about that in a second. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Stackhouse on an end around. Turns upfield. And Jason Stackhouse, a 3-yard gain out to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tomorrow, after I cover the basketball game, which is in the morning, tip-off is at 11. Once the game's over and I've wrapped up everything at the station, I can take the rest of the afternoon off. So I'll be home early tomorrow. 2nd and 7. Powell throws deep and caught. Making the catch, Terrence Ferguson out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 14, and that'll be a Philadelphia first down. So what we're going to do tomorrow, I plan on being on probably no later than 5 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Eastern. And we'll get the 5 conference championship games in tomorrow. The handoff to Ciali around the outside. A gain of 2 yards. Out to the 49. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8. All 5 conference championship games are set. Even though we have 2 regular season games left, we're just playing out the schedule tonight. On 2nd and 8 in the I formation. Powell looking, throws, gets it out to Ferguson. And Ferguson out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 and an Eagle first down. The ACC championship is Clemson and Florida State. The SEC championship is Auburn and LSU. The Big Ten championship is Notre Dame and Michigan. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Powell in the gun. 4 wide. Powell looking. Powell throws. Caught underneath. Making the catch, Alex Bodie to the 35. A gain of 8. The Southwest Conference championship is Texas and Texas A&M. And the Pacific Coast Conference championship game is Oregon and UCLA. I'm going to try to get all 5 of those games in tomorrow. 2nd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Ciali, and Dante Ciali is going to be hit for a loss of 2 yards back to the 37-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Once we get our 5 conference champions, we'll bring in 3 at-large teams and play them off. Eagles come out on 3rd and 4 from the Giant 37-yard line. 5 wide, Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell throws and caught by Ferguson all the way down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 14. Terrence Ferguson, the 3rd-year tight end out of Oregon. .2:11 left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Eagles on the move, trying to make it a 2-score game following the safety. Down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Powell in the shotgun. Powell and around as he hands off to Jordan Mann, and Mann to the 19-yard line, a gain of 4. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. The Giants have only had the ball for 3 plays. Eagles are dominating early. 3 to the far side. Powell in the shotgun, 2nd and 6. Bodie in motion. Powell throws down the middle and caught by Ferguson down to the 3. Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. A gain of 16 yards. It'll be 1st and goal Eagles at the Giant 3. It happens occasionally, Jacks. Safeties are the rarest score in football anyway. 1st and goal from the 3. Powell in the shotgun. Hands off. Dante Ciali in for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run by Dante Ciali, formerly with Washington in his 12th year out of Marshall. And the Eagles go up 8-0 with the extra point to come. The extra point will make it a 2-score game. Yep, we had a couple of mules go by the station when they picked me up today. They live around the corner. The kick is up, and it's good. Eagles lead it 9-0. So we stopped and petted them for a while. Gracie gave them some sugar cubes. A minute 5 left to play here in the first quarter. Yep, only in Tennessee. You'd be surprised how many people have horses out here. It's not rare. Here's the kickoff. From the 5-yard line on the return for the Giants. This will be Jason Mays, the rookie out of Notre Dame, out to the 26-yard line. 1:01 left in the first quarter. Giants trailing 9-0. This will be their second possession of the game. But people around here, they also own, well, they own cows. There's a lot of cows around here. They own sheep. They own goats. Chickens. A lot of people have chickens to get fresh eggs in the morning. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Gammon draws back. Bennett Gammon, the rookie, throws and throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. It's easy to get free eggs around here. Those churches give them away all the time. 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon drops back, steps up. He's going to take off, and Gammon slides at the 33-yard line. A gain of 7, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3. The rookie out of Air Force, Bennett Gammon, the quarterback. .36 seconds left in the first quarter. Eagles up 9-0. In the I formation, Gammon under center. Gammon looking. Gammon throws, and it's picked off. Eli Hicks. He's going to get 6. I rhymed. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The 12th-year defensive back out of Michigan, Eli Hicks, picked it off, I believe, at the 33-yard line. Yep. And that'll be a 33-yard interception return for touchdown. Make it 34 yards, also known as a pick 6. And Philadelphia goes up 15-0. You'll go Eagles here? You've already given me your pick. And now Zach Whitney will come on. Not Whitney, I'm sorry. Andy Bennett will come on for the extra point. 4th-year kicker out of Rutgers. Kick is up, and it's good. 16-0 Philadelphia with 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Giants have only had it for 5 plays. And in those 5 plays, they gave up a safety and a pick 6. They're very efficient at giving the other team points in this one. Whereas Evil Dead would say quality. Well, let's just put it in perspective. They're giving up a little over 3 points a play. There's the kick from the 6-yard line. On the return for the Giants, this would be Jason Mays. And Mays brings it out to the 28-yard line with 17 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Giants started the season 2-1, but they're 1-2 since that time. And they're getting thumped on early here by Philadelphia. Look at that, 4 yards of total offense for the Giants so far. 1st and 10. They hand off to Johnson, and Eric Johnson gets outside. Johnson making up for it. He could be gone. Will they catch him? No. 72 yards for Eric Johnson. Gets the Giants right back in the game. Once he hit the outside, he was gone. 9th year back out of Duke. There you go. They must have heard me and got mad. They don't start going for 2 until the second half, I've noticed. And now Zach Whitney will come on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. And the Giants get back in the game. They're still down by 9, 16-7. With 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Live from MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Week 7, our Thursday night game to kick off the week. Oddly enough, on a Thursday night. Sometimes it lines up, other times it doesn't. And now the kickoff by Whitney. Bringing it back. This will be Grady on the return for Philadelphia. Derwin Grady brings it out to the 28-yard line. 3 seconds left here in the first quarter. Eagles 16-0 lead is now 16-7. Philadelphia from their own 28-yard line. 5 receivers set wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking, throws, caught underneath by Ferguson to the 34-yard line. At the end of one, Eagles lead it 16-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium. We start the second quarter. Philadelphia up 16-7 on the Giants. Eagles at 1-5. The Giants at 3-3. As we kick off Week 7 here at Jammin' Sports. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles at their own 34-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell, low snap, throws down the middle and caught by Jordan Mann out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 5, and that'll be an Eagle first down. The 2 college football games we have coming up. Oregon State at Oregon. And then the rivalry. UCLA and USC. And that will wrap up the regular season. 1st and 10. Powell throws. Gets it outside to Mann. Crosses midfield to the 45-yard line. A 16-yard gain. And a Philadelphia first down into Giant territory. Eagles on the move. By the way, our Sunday night game this week, the flex game, let me go ahead and find it, be the Rams and the Saints. The Rams at 6-0, the Saints at 4-2. On first down, Powell throws outside, caught by Stackhouse. And Jason Stackhouse down to the 31-yard line. A 14-yard gain. And that'll be an Eagle first down. First and 10 for the Giant. 31-yard line for Philadelphia. Powell throws down the middle and caught. A 9-yard gain down to the 22-yard line for Jordan Mann. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. In Week 8 next week, Philadelphia will play at Chicago, and the Giants next week will play, looking at the schedule here, at the Raiders. On 2nd and 1, and that throw was a bit off. Looking for Alex Bodie, incomplete. Chris Chapman was there, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Philadelphia at the Giant 22-yard line. Speaking of the Raiders, well, they throttled the Chiefs last night, 42-0. 3rd and 1 from the 22-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking, throws, and caught by Ferguson out to the 20-yard line. A gain of 2, and that'll be a Philadelphia first down. Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. Coming up on 6 minutes left in the first half. Eagles up 16-7. Eagles on the move now down to the Giant 20, 1st and 10. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Sally in motion. Empty backfield now. Powell looking. Throws down the middle. Caught by Ciali. Coming across inside the 10. Down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 15. And that'll be another Philadelphia first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. Gracie took the Eagles. Misty and Evil Dead both took the Giants in this one. 5:27 and counting here in the first half. 1st and goal from the 5. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Rolls out. And Powell will take it himself. Touchdown, Philadelphia. They left the middle wide open. So Caden Powell took it. A 5-yard touchdown run. And Philadelphia increases their lead now to 22-7. And Andy Bennett, the kicker, will come on for the extra point to make it a 16-point game again. Bennett for the PAT. Kick is up and good. Eagles lead it 23-7. 5:16 left to play here in the first half. Here at MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Week 7, our Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. We have some interesting matchups in Week 7. We talked about the Rams and the Saints, the Dolphins and the Jets. The Jets are just one game behind the Dolphins now in the AFC East. There's the kickoff by Philadelphia from the 8-yard line. On the return for the Giants is Job Cooper in his second year out of Arkansas, out to the 28-yard line. First and 10, G-Men at their own 28, down by 16. It's a 2-possession game again. 5:12 on the clock here in the first half. See if the Giants can mount a comeback. They ripped off a 72-yard run last time. On first and 10 from the 28-yard line, Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon hands off to Eric Johnson out to the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard to be 2nd and 9. 5 minutes and counting here in the first half. Giants come out 4 wide. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon looking, rolls out, and Gammon has to throw it away. That'll stop the clock with 4:44 left in the half and bring up 3rd and 9 for the Giants at their own 29-yard line. Three wide to the near side. Gammon in the shotgun. 3rd and 9. Gammon looking. Gammon rolls out. And Gammon in trouble. And he gets sacked back at the 24-yard line. Clayton Jackson, the 6th-year defensive end out of BYU. A loss of 5 back to the 24. And that's going to bring up 4th and 14. And the G-men are going to have to punt. If the G-men aren't careful, this is going to turn into a rout. Cody Meyer back to punt for the Giants. Meyer gets the punt away. Fielded at the 30 or at the 29-yard line and brought back to the 22 is Derwin Grady. And there's Powell. He comes back out. His stats on the day so far. Eagles will start at their own 32-yard line with 4:12 left in the half. Plenty of time for Philadelphia to score again. Giants defense needs to dig in. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Philadelphia. 4 wide for the Eagles. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Powell looking. Powell rolls out, and Powell gets taken down at the 26. A loss of 6 yards. The sack made by Isaiah Nettles, the 5th-year defensive end out of Texas Christian. It'll bring up 2nd and 16 with 4 minutes left here in the first half. On 2nd down, Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Dante Ciali. And Ciali out to the 31-yard line. He gains 5 of it back. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Eagles at their own 31-yard line. Giants defense trying to get a stop. Eagles come out. Powell in the shotgun. Giants do get the second half kickoff. Powell throws deep down the sideline. High arcing pass. And knocking it away Number 28, Darrell Price, the third-year defensive back out of Minnesota. They were looking for Stackhouse down the sideline. Incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down. Into punt, Adrian Murphy for the Eagles. As Murphy gets the punt away. It'll be caught by Job Cooper, who brings it back to the 25-yard line. 3:06 left in the half. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 25. Bennett Gammon comes back out to lead the offense. Let's see if the Giants can get on the board again before halftime. Then get a twofer. They get the second half kickoff. A 2-for-1. Giants come out in the eye. Gammon under center. Gammon fakes the handoff. He's a southpaw. Takes off and throws. Tries to fire to Johnson. Incomplete. That was broken up by Cedric Joseph, the third-year safety out of Furman. That stops the clock exactly with 3 minutes left. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Gammon in the shotgun, single back. Gammon looking, throws, and on the sideline connects with number 86. That's Jackson Ray out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 13 yards and a Giant first down. The second-year receiver out of LSU. 4 wide for the G-men on 1st and 10. Gammon in the gun, takes the snap, throws near side again, and caught this time by Keith Washington, the tight end. Gets 9 yards out to the Giant 47-yard line. The 6th-year tight end out of Michigan. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Giants. That stops the clock. Now it starts running. 2:40 and counting. Coming up on the 2-minute warning soon. 3 to the far side on 2nd and 1. Gammon hands off to Johnson. Gets the first down across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 to the Eagle 48, and that'll be another Giant first down. Two-minute warning coming up. They should get the playoff in time. 1st and 10 from the Eagle 48. Gammon in the gun. 4 wide. Gammon looking. Throws down the middle, and it's caught by Michael Holmes down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 8. As we reach the 2-minute warning here at MetLife Stadium. Across the Hudson River from Manhattan. Right next door to the Meadowlands Racetrack complex. 2nd and 2 from the 40-yard line. 4 wide. Gammon under center. Looking. Throws and caught by Keith Washington. Out to the 22-yard line. A gain of 18. And that'll be a Giant first down. Giants setting themselves up nicely here. Get a score right before halftime and then get one right after, as they will get the second half kickoff. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 22-yard line. 1:45 and counting here in the half. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Gammon under center. Gammon drops back. Gammon throws down the middle and caught by Washington. A 9-yard gain to the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1. Clock still moves. 1:15 and counting. Giants getting closer. Gammon in the shotgun on 2nd down. Gammon looking, throws underneath again. Caught by Washington down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 7, and that'll be a Giants first down. And New York takes a timeout with 43 seconds left in the half. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Three to the far side. Gammon in the shotgun. 1st and goal. throws and overthrows Eric Johnson at the goal line. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Stops the clock with 40 seconds left in the first half. 3 to the far side. Gammon in the shotgun. 2nd and goal. Gammon looks to the end zone. Rolls out. Throws. Off balance throw, but he gets it down to Holmes. Down to the 2-yard line. Michael Holmes. It'll be 3rd and goal. A gain of 4 yards. Giants take a timeout with 34 seconds left in the half. They have 1 left. Michael Holmes, the 2nd-year receiver out of USC. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Gammon under center. Gammon draws back. In trouble. Gets sacked. Back at the 9-yard line. And the Eagles take a timeout. A loss of 7 yards. The sack was made by Jacoby Bird, 8th-year linebacker out of Louisiana Lafayette. So the Giants are going to have to settle for a field goal. Zach Whitney will come on. This will be a 26-yard attempt to make it, well, it'll still be it'll make it a 2-score game. Kick is up, and it's good. Eagles lead it 23-13, a 10-point lead for Philadelphia. With our 13-point lead, 23-10. A 13-point lead for Philadelphia with 28 seconds left to play. Here in the first half. Eagles still have 2 timeouts. Zach Whitney will kick from the 3-yard line on the return for Philadelphia. This will be Stephen Whitney out to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles, 23 seconds left in the half. They still have 2 timeouts. Caden Powell, the quarterback, in his 10th year out of Kentucky. Love those Philadelphia uniforms. Some of the best ever. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Throws downfield, incomplete. Threw behind his intended receiver. Was looking for Jason Stackhouse. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. 20 seconds left in the half. On 2nd and 10, Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Ciali up the middle, and Dante Ciali picks up 6 out to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4, and neither team has taken a timeout. They're content to go to the locker room. At the end of the first half, Eagles 23, the Giants 10 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. As we get set to start the second half, the Eagles at 1-5, the Giants at 3-3. Philadelphia leads it 23-10. The Giants will get the second half kickoff. The kick by Bennett, fielded at the 3-yard line, bringing it back for the Giants. Job Cooper, and Cooper brings it out to the 24-yard line. Giants can make it a 1-possession game now if they get a touchdown on this drive. Some highlights. Well, Bennett Gammon getting sacked for the safety. And just getting sacked. He had kind of a rough first half. But the Giants are still in this. Giants currently tied with Dallas at 3-3 for second place in the NFC East. The Commanders are in first place, believe it or not, at 4-2. Commanders have won 4 in a row, by the way, after starting 0-2. First and 10 from the 24-yard line. Gammon in the shotgun. Johnson in motion. Gammon back, looking, throws near side, and caught by Eric Johnson out to the 24-yard line. Now they say he dropped it. Incomplete. No, he caught it. Just no gain because the clock's running. So he did catch it for nothing. Second and 10 from the 24-yard line. 5 wide. Gammon in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Gammon looking, throws, coming across is Johnson again for a 5-yard gain out to the 29. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the G-Men. Down 23-10. Big 3rd and 5 for the Giants. Gammon under center, 4 wide. Gammon drops back, looking, rolls out, and Gammon's going to take off, and he's going to get the first down out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 11. First down, Giants. Coming up to make the tackle was Carlos Green, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, the linebacker. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Gammon under center. Gammon to Johnson. And Johnson to the 40. A gain of a yard before being tackled by Armani Callaway, the defensive end. 2nd and 9 for the G-Men at the 40-yard line. 3 to the near side. Gammon in the shotgun. 2nd and 9. Gammon quickly throws outside to Holmes. And Michael Holmes back to the 40. He lost about half a yard, though. It'll be 3rd and 10. Eagles defense being tough here in the second half so far. 3rd and 10 for the G-Men at their own 40-yard line. 3 to the far side. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon looking. Gammon rolls out. And Gammon's going to take off again. Gets the first down and a lot more. All the way out to the 33-yard line. 27 yards on the scramble for Bennett Gammon. Shades of Ryan Pearson last night. If you weren't here last night, Ryan Pearson for the Raiders, as a quarterback, rushed for 172 yards last night. A quarterback set a single game record for a quarterback in sim season history. 1st and 10 from the 33. They hand off to Johnson around the outside, and Eric Johnson down to the 20. A gain of 13 and a giant first down as we're coming up on 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Giants really need a touchdown on this drive in the worst way to make it a one-possession game. Gammon in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gammon looking. Gammon rolls out and throws downfield, incomplete. Just threw that one away. That'll stop the clock with 4:45 left in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Eagle 20-yard line. Five wide for the G-men. Gammon in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Gammon looking. Gammon throws underneath. Caught by Keith Washington, the tight end, down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 7, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Big third down coming up for New York. Giants come out, 2 to the far side. Gammon in the shotgun, single back. Throws quickly outside, caught by Jackson Ray down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 and a giant first down. It'll be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. 4:16 remaining in the third quarter. Giants come out, 5 wide, empty backfield. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon throws down the middle, caught by Holmes. Touchdown, Giants. A 10-yard touchdown catch by Michael Holmes in his second year out of USC. And it's now 23-16. It's a one-possession game now. The Giants have clawed back into this one. Zach Whitney will come on for the extra point. The 11th year kicker out of Louisiana Lafayette. Kick is up, and it's good. It's a 6-point game. Eagles lead it 23-17. I feel momentum is shifting in this one. 4:06 left in the third quarter here at MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Our Week 7 Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Jax is here. Misty's with us. You still awake, Misty? I think she is. There's the kickoff by Whitney. From the 5-yard line on the return, this is Derwin Grady again out to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles. A lot of football left in this one. We still have 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter. Eagles up by 6. 3 to the near side. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Powell looking. Throws down the middle and missed his target. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Led his receiver a bit too much on that one. College football doubleheader after this. Oregon, Oregon State, and UCLA, USC. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Powell to Ciali, and Dante Ciali breaking tackles 6 yards out to the 33-yard line. Finally brought down by Kenny Blair, the rookie linebacker out of Georgia. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Philadelphia at their own 33-yard line. Eagles come out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell rolls out. Powell throws near side. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Giants defense holds. Philadelphia goes 3 and out. Adrian Murphy will come on to punt. And the Giants are going to have a chance to take the lead. Murphy gets the punt away. And that's going to be fair caught at the 26-yard line. Job Cooper on the fair catch. And now the Giants will come out. They'll start at their own 26-yard line. Bennett Gammon will come on. Eagles up by 6. Still a lot of football left in this one. 3:23 left in the third quarter. Our Week 7 Thursday night game to kick off the week. Gammon under center, 1st and 10. Gammon draws back, looks downfield, rolls out, and now squares himself, throws to Johnson to the 32-yard line. A gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4. As we're coming up on 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Giants come out. Gammon under center again. 2nd and 4. Gammon hands off to Johnson around the outside. And Eric Johnson picks up 2 yards. Eli Hicks came up, made the tackle, the defensive back. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line. Giants come out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gammon under center. Gammon fakes the handoff, rolls out, and now Gammon's going to take off. He slides at the 44-yard line. A gain of 10. And that'll be a first down for the Giants. Momentum definitely has shifted in this game. Philadelphia got out to a 16-0 lead, but they've been outscored 17-7 since then. First and 10, they hand off to Johnson. Up the middle, Eric Johnson, a big gain. All the way out to the 40. A gain of 16. That puts him over 100 on the day. 112 yards for Eric Johnson, the ninth-year back out of Duke. And the Giants have it in Eagle territory now. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Gammon under center on first down. Fakes the handoff, rolls out. And Gammon is going to take off again. They left the left side wide open down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 20. Doing a jig. All right, you're still losing. Get back in the huddle. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Act like you've done it before. Go back to the huddle. Show some class. First and 10 for the G-Men at the Eagle 20-yard line. 1:20 left in the third quarter. Clock is moving. 4 wide for the Giants. Gammon in the shotgun. First and 10. Gammon to Johnson. Gets outside. And he gets, a yard to the 19-yard line. Making the tackle, number 52. That's Bo Taylor, the rookie linebacker out of Florida State. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Giants at the Eagle 19-yard line. Say hi, Misty. There you go. She's walking by. She's waiting for the guru. 2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line. Gammon throws outside, caught. That's Michael Holmes out to the 13-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 3. She's still waiting for the guru. There you go. That's without the G. There you go. He wrote it backwards. 3rd and 3 from the 13-yard line. 4 wide. Gammon looking. Gammon looking. Gammon fires and caught by Keith Washington down to the 3-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10. And that will do it for the first or third quarter. Giants up 23-17 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium. We start the fourth quarter. First and goal, Giants at the Philadelphia 3-yard line. Giants down by 6. Gammon in the shotgun. Hands off to Eric Johnson down to the 1. A 2-yard gain. There to make the stop, number 96, Elijah McKenzie, the defensive tackle. He's hiding in the crowd. You got to find him. In his red and white shirt with his bifocals. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Giants spread the receivers out. 5 wide. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon looking. Throws quickly. Caught. Touchdown. Giants. Patrick Collins, the veteran receiver. His first catch of the day. The 14th-year veteran out of Georgia. A 1-yard touchdown catch. And the Giants have battled all the way back and have tied the game up at 23. And they can take the lead with the extra point. What a comeback by the G-Men. They were down 16-0 at one point. And now Zach Whitney will come on to give the Giants their first lead of the evening. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Giants lead at 24-23. And 23-7, that is correct. See, that's why Evil Dead's the best in the business. Director of Information and Pronunciation. 7:34 left to play. Plenty of time, though, for Philadelphia. They're only down by 1. Giants next week will take on the Raiders out in Vegas. And Philadelphia, who did I say they play? I can't remember. I'll look it up. There's the kick from the 7-yard line on the return. And this is a pretty good return by Stephen Whitney, the fourth-year receiver out of Miami, out to the 34-yard line. I forgot who I said the Eagles play next week. At Chicago. There you go. First and 10, Philadelphia. Eagles come out 4 wide. Single back, Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back, throws downfield, and a diving catch by Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, out to the 47-yard line. 19 yards and a Philadelphia first down into Giant territory. I thought that was the dog barking. That was Misty sneezing back there. First and 10, Philadelphia from the Giant 47-yard line. Giants come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun, first and 10. Powell looking. Powell in trouble. He's going to get sacked back at the 46. A loss of 7 yards. And the sack was made by Charles Lowry, the third-year defensive tackle out of Illinois. Loss of 7. Second and 17 for Philadelphia at their own 46. 6:50 and counting. Here in the fourth quarter, Giants up by 1, 24-23. It's been quite the game. Better than both the games last night, that's for sure. Powell under center in the offset eye. Hands off to Dante Ciali, trying to get outside. And Ciali out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 before being tackled by Nolan Mixon, the fourth-year linebacker out of Oregon State. It'll be 3rd and 11. Philadelphia at the Giant 48-yard line. This is a big third down for the Eagles. 6:15 and counting. 5 wide, empty backfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking, throws near side. And it's caught by Mann down to the 42-yard line. Jordan Mann, a gain of only 5. It's going to be 4th and 6. The Giants were right there to make the tackle. It would be a 59-yard field goal from here. They're going to punt. Adrian Murphy back to punt with 5:45 remaining. Murphy gets the punt away. Oh, he shanked that one. That's a 21-yard punt. And the Giants will take over at their own 21-yard line. Bennett Gavin comes back out to lead the offense. Giants up by 1. Look for the Giants to eat up as much time as they can. .540 left. 3 to the near side. Gammon in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Gammon hands off to Eric Johnson up the middle. And Johnson out to the 29, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Giants trying to keep pace with the Commanders in the NFC East. They're 1 game behind Washington coming into this game. On 2nd and 3 from the 29. Gammon under center. Hands off to Eric Johnson, bouncing off a tackler and getting the first down. A gain of 4 out to the 33-yard line. If you're wondering who Washington plays this week, they host Carolina. So the Giants really do need to win this game. Carolina's not good. Carolina's 1-5. 1st and 10. Gammon under center. Gammon hands off to Johnson, and Eric Johnson to the 39-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. And the clock keeps ticking as the Giants trying to burn up as much clock as they can. 4:33 and counting. 2nd and 4. 3 to the far side. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon going to take it himself, and half the Eagles chase the running back. Gammon gets out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 4, and gets the first down. I was watching that play develop, and everybody followed the fullback. Nobody took the quarterback. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Gammon under center. Hands off to Eric Johnson again. Johnson is going to lose a yard back to the 43-yard line as Clayton Jackson made the tackle, the defensive end. It'll be 2nd and 11. .337 and counting. Giants come out in the I formation. Gammon hands off to Johnson, trying to get outside, down the sideline. Eric Johnson, a big gain to the 36. It's a 21-yard gain down to the Eagle 36-yard line. And that'll be a Giant first down, and New York can eat up more clock. 3:15 and counting. Giants up 24-23. 3 to the far side on 1st and 10. Single back. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon looking. Gammon still looking. Rolls out. Throws it downfield. Caught on the sideline by Jackson Ray down to the 22-yard line. A gain of 14. And another Giant first down. Jackson Ray in his second year out of LSU. 1st and 10, G-Men at the Eagle 22-yard line. Winding the clock down. We're almost at the 2-minute warning. Gammon looking. Throws near side and incomplete. As we hit the 2-minute warning here at MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Our Week 7 Thursday night game to kick off the week. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Giants at the Philadelphia 22-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Gammon in the shotgun. Gammon hands off to Johnson. And Eric Johnson breaking tackles again out to the 15-yard line. A gain of 7. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Philadelphia takes a timeout. They have 2 left with 1:54 remaining. If the Giants, even a field goal, would force the Eagles to score a touchdown. 3rd and 3 from the 15, 4 wide. Gammon under center. Gammon to Johnson again. And Eric Johnson picks up a yard to the 14-yard line. Eli Hicks is there to make the tackle. Eagles take a timeout. They have 1 left. It'll be 4th and 2. And the Giants will try a 31-yard field goal to put themselves up by 4. That would force an Eagle touchdown. Nope, the Giants are going for it. I would have kicked the field goal myself. 4th and 2 from the 14. Gammon pitches to Johnson, and that's wide. Ty Martin, the former Viking, the 9th-year linebacker out of Tennessee, on the tackle. And now the Giants walk away with nothing. In a situation like that, take the points. You would have forced Philadelphia to score a touchdown. Now all they need is a field goal to beat you. Sometimes coaches outsmart themselves. I know what they were thinking. Eat up more time, but you got to think logically, man. You got to play the odds. 1st and 10. Eagles now would take over their own 14-yard line. 1:47 left, and they do have 1 timeout. All Philadelphia needs is a field goal to steal this one away. Powell in the shotgun. 4 wide. In motion is Bodie. Powell looking. Powell throws outside, caught by Bodie. Or Ciali, out to the 21-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. 1:35 and counting. All the Eagles have to do is get in field goal range. They need about 45 yards to get into field goal range. 5 wide, empty backfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell in trouble. Has to throw it away. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Stops the clock with 1:16 left. The Giants are hoping their defense can secure the win. 3rd and 3. This is huge. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Powell back, throws underneath, and it's caught somehow by Jordan Mann out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. And that'll be a Philadelphia first down, but they got to hurry up. They still need about 30 yards or so. Under a minute to play. Powell in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Powell looking, throws outside, and Mann breaks a tackle. Jordan Mann out to the 44-yard line, and Philadelphia takes their final timeout. A gain of 9 out to their own 44-yard line. Jordan Mann, the rookie out of Maryland. Eagles are now out of timeouts, 45 seconds left. They still need about 20 to 25 yards to get in the field goal range. 3 to the near side. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back, throws underneath, and caught by Terrence Ferguson down to the 14-yard line. Or 44-yard line, I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself. A gain of 12. Clock is moving. They're out of timeouts. Four wide. Powell in the shotgun. We're down to 22 seconds. Powell looking. Powell throws outside, throws it away. Stops the clock. 16 seconds left. It'd be a 61-yard field goal from here. They got to get closer. The only problem is they have no timeouts. They have to run something and get out of bounds. If they get tackled in bounds, it's game over. 5 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Looking. Throws. And it's caught. Stackhouse steps out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A 23-yard gain to Jason Stackhouse. And he gets out of bounds with 10 seconds left. And now the Eagles are looking at a 38-yard field goal. They'll probably kick it right here since they don't have any timeouts. And the Giants will ice them. And Evil Dead is right. The Giants were dumb for going for that. They should have took the field goal. And now Philadelphia can steal this one away. Andy Bennett will come on. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt to put the Eagles up top. Been quite the game. All right, Bennett from 38. Snap, kick is up. And the kick is good. He nailed it. Eagles take a 26-24 lead with 7 seconds remaining. They capitalize off the Giant mental mistake. And that was a big mental mistake by the Giants coaching staff. They should not have gone for it there. They should have kicked the field goal. And I'm sure Bennett here is going to kick it through the end zone, not risk a return. There's the kickoff. And he does just that. The Giants will take over with 7 seconds remaining. Wow. That Giant comeback gets nullified by a bad decision down the stretch. And it looks like the Giants going to fall to 3-4, and the Eagles are going to be 2-5. Giants still have 2 timeouts, though. Not that it matters. Gavin back to throw. Throws deep. Going for it all. And it's caught, but out of bounds. And time runs out. Michael Holmes caught it, but he was out of bounds. Your final score, Philadelphia 26, the Giants 24. College football doubleheader up next.